Well, hey, welcome to What I Didn't Say, where I just share a couple of quick thoughts about some things that didn't quite make it into the message this past weekend at Mission Hills, but that might still be useful for you as you're trying to follow Jesus on mission this week. Last weekend, we were in Matthew 6:22-24, that starts this way: the eye is the lamp of the body. And we said that really all Jesus is saying is the eye is the thing that keeps the body from blundering around in the darkness. So it's really important that the eye be healthy. But what we didn't say was that that's kind of a strange metaphor for the eye, isn't it? The eye is the lamp because, a lamp sends light out into the world, but an eye lets light into the body. So it seems like it's kind of reversed, right? It's backwards. But in actuality, in the ancient world, one of the most common beliefs about the way the eye operated was the belief that the eye did send light out into the world just like a lamp. So it's a perfectly meaningful metaphor in the first century. But what I thought was really interesting about that was that it raises this idea that what we're looking at or what we're focusing on actually changes the way we see the world. That what we're focusing on puts light on that thing and maybe even sort of like takes light away from other things. And so what we're focusing on changes the way we see the world, which I see in operation all the time. I remember when Cleto first got pregnant with our oldest daughter, Rochelle, one of the things that blew my mind was that everywhere I looked, I saw pregnant women that I'd never seen them before, right? I was in Walmart, I was like, pregnant woman. No, there's another pregnant woman. Everywhere I looked, there were pregnant women. I was in King Soopers, the same thing would happen. Everywhere I went, I would just see pregnant women. It was insane. And I thought at first, like, what's going on? Are we trendsetters? Did we somehow get a whole bunch of people convinced that now's the time to have babies? And of course, that's not the case at all. The reality is just that because of what I was focused on, I was also changed in the way that I was perceiving the world. So what I was focusing on was changing the way I saw the world or what I saw in the world. It's a really powerful effect. Actually, it's so powerful and so common, it has a scientific name. It's called the Baader Meinhof Effect, and you've probably experienced it. You bought a particular brand of car, and suddenly you notice a whole lot of people buying that car or driving that car. You bought a particular brand of jacket or shoes or purse or whatever, and suddenly you're like, whoa, there's a whole bunch of people that have exactly the same thing. That's the Baader Meinhof Effect. What we focus on, the decisions we make based on what we focus on, changes the way that we see the world itself. And that can be really powerful in a good way, because what it means is that if we focus on how we can serve God in a particular conversation, if we focus on how we can be on mission with Jesus in a particular situation, by focusing on that, we actually change what we see in the world. And we begin to see new opportunities, new, possibilities for being on mission with Jesus, for honoring God, that we would never have seen otherwise because we took a moment to focus. And so that's an interesting thought you might give some consideration to this week. What would happen if you took just a little bit of time before you went into a conversation or a situation to go, hey, how can I focus on this situation as a way to honor God? Because what you're going to find that happens is not only do you see an opportunity you would have otherwise missed, but it opens up the possibility of all kinds of other possibilities and opportunities you would otherwise have missed beyond that particular situation. So what we focus on has the power to change how we perceive the world, and particularly what we perceive in it. So probably pretty important what we are focusing our attention on. God bless.